Hey traders, John Howell here from tradinginvesting4u.com. I'm just putting this video together. In this video I'm going to teach you actually two simple technical analysis that anyone can use, whether you're a beginner or an expert, that really is what I call the forefront of major technical analysis and understanding what's going on in the charts right now. So that's exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video, is basically two technical analysis tips that's going to really help you moving forward, and exactly what's happening this week and how you could use that to determine what's likely to happen moving forward. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is using trend lines on the weekly chart. Right now we're looking at the S&P 500. We just simply got a blank chart. Okay, simply just delete that there, delete that off there. Let's delete that there as well, and let's just keep this real simple. Okay, as we can see, we have this bottom point down here. Okay, and then all we're going to do, we're going to be looking at the weekly chart now, and all we're going to do is we're simply just going to connect the dots. Connect the dot there, connect the dot there, and look where the market came down to, right? All the way down through there. It came all the way down through there, and it actually bounced off this line here. So if you were trading the markets and you saw this happening through here, meaning you saw the market, the market started through here, and the market's bounced off the here a couple of times on the weekly chart, well then right, then over here, then that we're likely to find a bit of support. Makes sense? So that's the very first thing that I want, that basically the very first simple tip that I want you to use is that when trading the daily charts, always look at the weekly charts and just draw simple technical analysis lines there, because they do work very well. Now, if we know that there's markets likely to basically find a bit of support here, then it's important to read the peaks and troughs within that. Okay, meaning we have a trough, we have a peak, we have a trough, we have a peak, trough, peak, trough. Make sense? Peak and trough. But what I like to do is I like to read the daily chart. Okay, so the first tip we talked about is just simply drawing trend lines on the weekly chart to identify major strength. Let's go to the daily chart now. And we go to the daily chart, and I'm teaching you this now because this is something that I've been looking at, I've been using myself this week to determine what should I be getting into. Should I be looking for shorts or should I be looking for longs on my trades? And I've personally been looking for longs for the last 3 days, and I'll show you exactly the reason why I've been looking for those trades, and how you can use this moving forward, not just by looking at this chart, but looking at other charts. So the first thing we talked about is drawing trend lines on the weekly chart. The next thing we're going to talk about is that if we know the market's coming down to a weekly trend line, now remember, this trend line here is a weekly trend line, right? It's a weekly trend line. And if we have a look at the market, the way the market works is this. If the market's running up and making higher peaks and higher troughs, the buyer's in control. The market's running down and making lower peaks, lower troughs, then sellers are in control. Quite simple, right? Higher peaks and higher troughs, buyers in control. Lower peaks, lower troughs, sellers in control. Okay, quite simple. But look what happened here. The market came down, and on the daily chart here, we started. There's a trough, there's a peak, there's a lower peak there. Came down and gave you a lower trough, right? Came down towards this support line, and now whenever we actually come down to a major support line here, like this, we're very wary of is it likely to bounce. And as you can see, it came down, it bounced off this trend line, which was the weekly chart. It ran right up, it came back down, and guess what happened? It came straight back up through on this day through here, okay? Which gave you what? It gave you a higher trough. And when the market's giving you a higher trough, what does that mean? It's telling you that buyers are now likely to come in, okay? And that doesn't mean the market's going to continue up, but it's just giving you a bit more of an insight of what's happening inside that market. Make sense? So today's tip is two things. One, always look at the weekly chart. As you can see, there's nothing on my screen, no indicators, no nothing, just simple black bars. Okay, I prefer black bars with the trend line here. Okay, with the trend line 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, just by drawing the trend line, we could have recognized a bounce there. And also understanding peaks and troughs, we go to the daily chart. Understanding peaks and troughs, simple peaks and troughs, we can see the market came down through here, bounced off this weekly trend line, then gave you this high point through here, and the market ran up, and it was this day here, when the market ran up, that showed me the bounce, and so it was this day here that I actually started looking for longs. Make sense? Because this overall S&P 500 was showing me we're likely now to spend some time to the high side, at least for the next couple of days, So, therefore, I'm looking for longs. Make sense? Well, I hope this helps you out, guys. If it is, make sure you click a like button or make sure you share and let me know. And if you can just leave a comment below this video and let me know what you thought about this here. Again, I'm just putting these videos out here to help you. So if you can leave a comment or like this video or something like that, just to show you appreciate me, basically appreciate the time that I put into helping this out. These are simple techniques, guys, and they're powerful, and they could have helped you out this week as well too. But utilize these, move forward, and I hope that this does well for you. So come on down to tradinginvestingforyou.com, where I can hopefully help you out even more. This is John Howell here, and I'll speak to you soon. No matter what happens, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, evening, and that is success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.